Shalom, Shalom, all praise Yahbashim Yashab Bashim Kakadash. This relates to news, quick news. You had, White House calls on Democrats to tone down relating to ICE rhetoric. Elon ridicules Trump administration over the Epstein files, and the Trump administration calls relating to claims related to Elon pretty much ridiculous. White House meeting behind closed doors with Benjamin Netanyahu and President Trump. You had Planned Parenthood sues the Trump administration relating to over defunding. You had a border agent relating to deletes a gun shooter in the U.S. Customs Protection Facility in Texas. Armed man was 27, I believe. Russia fires 1,000 missiles nightly in Ukraine. You had about 101 drones overnight attacks in Ukraine as well. You had a deranged doctor fired relating to how much you vote for, what you get for. All right, and relating to Ukraine weapons that relates to the United States reviewing their needs. You had a Texas Guadalupe River that surges 30 feet that relates to the flood, the situation going on, and it surged 30 feet in 45 minutes. These reports I got from Newsmax earlier. 27 campers and counselors were deleted. Camp Mystic in those areas, San Angelo in those areas. You had somebody from Georgetown, Texas, relating to footage relating to that, showing that. You have 10% tariffs for backing BRICS. You also have 25% tariffs on Japan and South Korea. And I've seen something with August 1st going into effect, I believe, relating to tariffs. You also have a pausing relating because deadline's coming up or something. So that could be connection with the August 1st. But you have a tariff increase, 10% for ones back in BRICS. You have a 25% tariff increase on Japan and South Korea. I've seen something on the social media relating to somebody had Elon Musk 2028 make free speech great again, something like that, a slogan. So I don't know, I seen that on, somebody posted it on social media, TikTok or one of them posts. So they might gain some traction relating to support, possibly. Can't be any worse or any better than what they have, related to different things. So when Trump can get in office, pretty much, I guess anybody has almost a slight chance. And plus, that's competition for Trump, So that's how Trump looks at Elon. He's competition, So, and from an economical aspect, Elon Musk could buy Trump 100 times over if he wanted, But I've seen something with Trump media relating to TV streaming with Newsmax. So Trump's media is developing relating to TV streaming and cable and different things. I see that on that as well. Trump media, yeah. Yeah, Trump media branches TV pushes on TV streaming, including Newsmax. You have over 91 plus, 91 plus, and plus relating to the flooding continues. 27 relating to those campers and counselors that lead in the Texas flooding. So those numbers are going to increase, of course, probably up in the hundreds and more. So they're going to continue to increase because the flooding is still bad. South Carolina, I believe, has some issues with Chantel related to a little bit of flooding in some areas there. And you had Grace Ferry shooting. Grace Ferry's in South Philadelphia. District area nightclub in the business district. There was a shooting in a nightclub. The shooting exchange in Texas relating to involving ICE agents. You had somebody post relating to somebody got shot. You know what I mean? And believing the ICE agents was a civil unrest, man. You know what I mean? Scripture talks about for the love of iniquity shall abound, and the love of many shall wax cold, man. Lack of respect, lack of regard. You know what I mean? Scripture talks about they take the course of actions and not regard the kings and princes. That protest goes to part of that insurrection. Insurrection is a violent uprising, sedition, mutiny, violent uprising. And you having a collective opposition that goes to the protest. So you're seeing relating to the ICE issues, the Trump policies overall politically. So people are beginning to uprise, man. You having so that was quick news. Let me see, hold up. Yeah, see some more reports on news. Scripture talks about in Isaiah 19, the Egyptian versus the Egyptian. I'll get it real quick. Scripture talks about think now I come to send fire on the earth if it already be kindled. Now that fire could be physical fire or the vibration from a spiritual aspect that's being set and lit forth on earth, man. Relating to the vibration, you know what I mean? It's like that fire, man, in the matter of speaking. Think that I'll come to send peace on earth, but it's war. Think not that I'll come to send peace, but division. So what you're seeing is division, the divide, insurrection, violent uprising, mutiny, sedition against the powers, man. Go to Isaiah 19 and Isaiah 19. Isaiah 19. Let's go to that one too. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth on a swift cloud. That's a chariot in the form of a guise of a cloud. And shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt, these idols, graven images, things that people worship, shall move out his place, move at his presence. And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. So these things, when the Lord comes back, Scripture talks about related to Revelations 1. All should see him, even ones that pierced him, in a matter of speaking. Revelations 1 and 7. So all going to see him, even ones that pierced him. That goes back to regeneration. The ones who also offered him up to be crucified. That goes to the 2/3. or his people, that chosen particular people. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. Now the Egyptian is the citizen versus the citizen. And they shall fight, everyone against his brother, everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. That kingdom can go to realm against realm as well. So you see that's part of that divide, man. Brother versus brother, sister versus sister, family members versus family members. Go to Matthews. You know what I mean? Even your own household will be division in your own household. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of spirit that's being set forth, man. And the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst of there, and I will destroy the counsels thereof. And they shall seek to idols and charmers with familiar spirits, left hand side. You know what I mean? And wizards, that goes to the left hand side, spirits. And the Egyptians I will give over to a cruel lord. Scripture talks about a fierce king that shall not, fierce nation that shall not regard young or old. That's that cruel lord. Nation that has no pity upon young or old, man. And the Egyptian I will give over to the hand of a cruel lord and a fierce king, man. And that fierce and cruel goes to savage, man. Cruel is heartless, relentless. You know what I mean? Fierce goes to savage. King that shall rule over him. And saith the Lord of hosts. So that's the ones in a position of power. Earth. Job 9:24. The earth has been given to the hands of the wicked. So that's the cruel and fierce king, man. The savage king, man. The ones that pity not young or old, man. Scripture talks about I control the hearts of the king and turn it whatsoever like the river. You know, that's 21 Proverbs in 1. You know what I mean? So he controls the heart of the mind of the king and turn it whatsoever like the river. He controls the mind. Scripture talks about also relating to a man's goings are not of the Lord, so how can he understand his own way? The goings goes to the ways, his path, his ways are relating to the direction that the Lord go, whether he realizes it or she realizes it or not. So the path of the Lord controls, even the good and bad are controlled of the Lord, man. You know what I mean? So a man's goings of the Lord, man. So even the mind, the heart are in the ways of the Lord. And that's another lesson. Let's go to more news. Let's continue with more news. Now, is Medicaid SNAP cuts not supposed to take effect until after 226 midterm election, according to this report. So it's midterms next year. CBS News. And relating to Section 8 and all that, that's going to be transferred more to the states, like I was saying. Where the states have more control over that. Just transferring to them, where they handle it more. You have Chicago, related to this July 4th, at least 44 were shot, 6 fatally on July 4th. This is Chicago, relating to Chicago, July 4th. So Texas floods devastate lives. So you seeing the what's that river, Guadalupe River? I believe this is it. Texas. The surge is 30 feet. in 45 minutes, for example. That was earlier. So the waters are continuing to flood. More than 90 plus, 91 plus. You have some missing. You have some deleted relating to that. You have recovery efforts. So we're mocking relating to recovery efforts, and responding relating to that. Texas flood recovery, first responders overwhelmed by emotional toil. Florida rescues head to Texas after biblical flash and flood. We get Isaiah 29. Thou shalt be a visit of the Lord of hosts. The Lord is beginning to visit the earth which he has made, man. So you shall be visit of the Lord. He is known by the judgment he executes. With thunder, with earthquake, great noise. With the thunder comes lightning. With the lightning, thunder comes rain. With rain, flooding, and that's what you're seeing. And with the earthquake, great noise. With the earthquake, also tornadoes, hurricanes, which bring in that flooding, wind, and floods. And the storms, the tempest, the winds, with the flood, with the winds is with the flood, with water and flooding, man. And the flame of devouring fire. That goes to wildfires. So you seeing wildfires all over the world. You seeing flooding in major areas. You seeing very strange things. They had a report 7 suns in China. Now we know a few years ago relating to China was something doing with artificial sun. So, but anyway, it was 7 suns relating to somebody posted out on a report, 7 suns. So fearful sights and signs from the heaven. So fearful sights, man. You seeing fearful sights, flooding, disasters, anomalies, strange anomalies, unusual, strange, uncanny anomalies. Things, fearful sights and signs, pretty much warnings from the heaven, man. Let me see. Let me get Luke 21. Luke 21. There shall be signs in the sun. You see signs in the sun relating to in China, and the moon and the stars. Different things happening. You have another moon. I believe in September. Somebody posted that up. So that's going to be another sign in the relating to the moons. The sun, the moon, and the stars. Another blood moon, I guess, in September. The moon, the stars, and the earth, the stresses of nations, these distresses. You know what I mean? Anxieties and different things, man. With perplexity and sea and waves roaring. So instability, the roughness, the course relating to different things. That's how this society is moving, man. It's moving like these waves, man. It's rough. Unpredictable. And that's what you're seeing, man. Our men's hearts, which goes to their minds, are failing them for the fears. Seeing these things come on earth, man. They failing them. And looking after those things which is coming on the earth. They're gonna fall, they're gonna heart attack pretty much. Different types of emotions, seeing these anomalies come on earth, man. And the powers of heaven shall be shaken, moving like a drunkard to and fro, man. You know what I mean? Off its axis, the earth moving. With the signs, as it says, in the moon and the sun and the stars, man. And then shall they see the Son of Man. Even the ones that Scripture talks about, the ones even the ones that pierced them shall see him, man. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the cloud, in power and great glory. Scripture says, I shall now meet thee as a man. So he's going to come in a spiritual type power, man. He's coming in a power, a spiritual power, man. And that goes to the power and the great glory, man. And that cloud represents the chariot, man. It's the chariots. The spiritual armada, a fleet of spiritual planes, in the matter of speaking, which modern day people call UFOs or UAPs or different things. And when these things begin to pass, look up. Scripture says, high time to wake out of sleep, because your salvation may be nearer than you believe. So that's high time to look up, because things are getting closer and closer, man. And when these things begin to pass, they look up and lift up their heads, for their redemption draweth nigh, which means near, man. That's what's happening. Things are getting closer. The Scripture talks about no one knows the hour or day, not even the angels, not even the Son, but only the Father. But through the signs, the Scripture talks about measure thy time diligently in itself. You know, you measuring the times according to what things are being done, happening on earth, and correlating that with related to Scriptures, and that's what that goes to. And this is just short reports, because that article said biblical proportion related to the flood, man. You know what I mean? So you're seeing different things happen, man. Let's continue. Yeah. Florida rescues head to Texas after biblical flash flood. Biblical. So, you know, beyond normal. Massive search continues for flood victims in Kerr. That's in Kerr County, Texas. That's areas probably, that's where most of that flooding is at. Senator Cruz gets emotional relating to Camp Mystic victims, relating to the counselors and those people missing, that were deleted by the flood. So this is it's just quick reports. Hope it helps relating to information. This is Isaiah Wolf. The all praise Yahweh Shem Yeshua Bashim Makakadash. Isaiah Wolf. Hope it helps. All praise Yahweh Shem Yeshua. Honest man, the truth on now, late the truth now. So we know it's truth now. So we know this truth now. So Dawadi Yahweh Shem Yeshua Bashim Makakadash. Hope it helps relating to specifically information, or informative relating to information. Shalom.